Did you know that if every foreign investor that invested in Canada from 2010 to 2024 pulled their money out of Canada, out of the real estate market, did you know that the average house in Canada would go down to about under $180,000 to $200,000? That's how much houses would drop and correct. Did you know that one-bedroom condos would sit at $28,000 to $45,000? Why? Because Canada's economy has been built off of foreign investing. Chinese money laundering, CCP money laundering, has been propping the Canadian housing market now since 2010 with the Vancouver Model and up until 2024. The Chinese have laundered $2.2 trillion to $2.6 trillion in our housing market, creating artificial shortages, bidding wars. Oh, it's getting too expensive. Supply and demand BS. All vacant properties sitting empty. Canada's sitting on 3.6 million empty homes owned by foreign investors. And this creating artificial shortages is destroying the Canadian proper. The Canadian proper no longer could afford to have children, nor could afford to put a down payment on a property, in a house, in a country they are educated, graduated in, born in, and speak the damn language. They're not even being hired, the Canadian proper. Canadian proper is not getting employment anymore because of government grants paying foreigners subsidies. Now, if the Chinese or the money launderers or the foreign investors, like the media likes to call them, pulls out all their money out of Canada, or let's say makes it illegal for foreigners to own, or the mirrored policy we talked about 15 years ago, the mirrored policy. What can I do in China? Can I go buy property in China? No, I can't. I'm a foreigner. Can I do this in China? No, you can't. You're a foreigner. Can I rent a property in China? Maybe we got to call the owner for permission for you to rent a property in China. But if Canada followed the same rules, a mirrored rule, oh, what do Chinese do to Canadians and what Canadians do to Chinese? Canada wouldn't be a different place. Real estate would be super cheap because real estate wouldn't be tied to money laundering. It'd be tied to your wages, incomes and wages. But Mike, 170, 180,000 to under 200,000 for a house in Canada? How is that possible? Because it's getting more expensive to live in Canada. The taxes keep going up. You have less money to put down or to put towards your shelter. So this way, if wages and incomes are tied to real estate prices, like most parts of America are, we wouldn't have this problem today. We wouldn't be in this because of the foreign investing, the Chinese CPP money laundering that destroyed this country. And people are starting to wake up to it. They're writing books about it now. They're talking about it now. But we've been warning you for the last 15 years now how our country got destroyed by Chinese money laundering. And our governments have been protecting this and hiding this from you. Oh, they sprinkled in a bunch of East Indians to even cause more chaos in the mess. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.